Planted evidence, botched lab work, and conflicting relationships. Those are just some of the claims Karen Read's lawyers made in a Dedham courtroom today. Read is charged with murder for the death of her Boston police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe, in Canton. Our investigative reporter, Ted Daniel, was at that pretrial hearing today and joins us live. And Ted, Read's legal team, they're not backing down.
Not at all. I haven't seen anything like it, Vanessa. They are calling out the state police detectives, the lab techs involved in analyzing evidence, and the Norfolk County DA himself. These are not subtle attacks. They are trying to blow this case up from multiple angles, and we're still months from trial.
In the court of public opinion,
if you wondered what corruption looks like, that's what corruption looks like.
And the court of law.
You can make a mistake once. I don't know that you can do it 4 separate times.
Teen Karen Read is not backing down. For the first time, David Yannetti revealed this. He says the first day he represented Read in February 2022, he received a call from a Canton insider who told him she'd been framed.
I learned that somebody else did, in fact, commit a very heinous crime. That tip on day 1 of this case led us to do the investigation the Commonwealth did not do.
Read is accused of backing over O'Keefe outside 34 Fairview Road during a snowstorm. The prosecution reports finding tiny pieces of taillight fragments in O'Keefe's clothing. Yannetti claims that evidence was planted by a state police detective.
He had every reason to sprinkle tiny pieces of taillight that he had seized into the clothing that he alone took, so that the lab would later find it weeks later, and sure enough, they did.
Read's defense held up pictures of what they describe as O'Keefe's clothing on the floor of the hospital where he was pronounced dead to suggest sloppy evidence collection. They also claim the prosecution has failed to turn over dozens of items of evidence and falsely claimed a hair found on Read's bumper is human. Prosecutor Adam Lally says additional testing is required on the hair to determine the source. As for the evidence,
any suggestion that we're desperately withholding evidence from the defense as we're afraid of what it might show is just patently ridiculous.
Yannetti said Read needs the $80,000 she put up for bail back so she can use it to pay for her defense. In return, she promises to surrender her passport.
My client is one of the most recognizable criminal defendants in America. She has every incentive to fight this case and no incentive to flee.
So Judge Cannone asked Read's defense for more information about her finances before she makes a decision on whether or not to remove her bail. Trial date, that was set today. It's set for March. Considering all the legal battles still being fought, that date could get pushed back. It's going to be all up to the judge. I'm investigative reporter Ted Daniel for your local station, Boston 25 News.